in the forest increases attention span by 20%. It influences concentration. Concentration is a very important factor, as you well know, of the Buddhist meditation. It's one of the 7 factors of enlightenment, 7 bojjhangas. I talk about it later on. So 1 hour in the forest helps with your concentration it increases it by 20%. Other research show that today's young people that are immersed in their gadgets, laptops, tablets, telephones, playing computer games and being online all the time, that their attention span decreases very, very much. They are multitaskers. They can do 5 things at the same time, but they are unable to keep their attention, their mindfulness on one object for a prolonged time of time. When you now look at the Buddhist meditation, this is a necessary condition of the insight. Without concentration, insight is impossible. So the forest again is helpful in that respect. The 5th one, it's an interesting one. When injected with a strain of bacteria, Mycobacterium vaccae, and this bacteria occurs in soil, so in nature, mice twice as quickly moved in a maze. So it increased their intelligence by a factor of 100%. So it's of course it's on mice. It doesn't concern people. We don't know if it works for people as well. But it shows how in nature there are some mechanisms inbuilt that help intelligence. And the last one was a research done in hospitals in the United States. There were 2 groups of patients recovering after the same kind of surgery. And one group of patients had a brick wall outside the window. So when they looked through the window, what they saw was just the wall of the bricks. And the other group had trees outside. When they looked through the window, they saw a forest. And statistically, the patients that look at the forest through the window, they recovered much quicker than the patient that look at the brick. Their body, the healing system, they mobilizes much better. Not just that, the same research shows that they are much nicer to the staff. They don't complain about nurses and doctors. They are like more friendly towards the other human beings. And now I'm slowly going to the end. This is just to remind the bojjhangas the 7 factors of enlightenment. And I give here the basic translation into English, and also some other possible translation. So you have sati, which is translated mostly as mindfulness, but sometimes as clarity. And we know that it comes from the word remember, so to be present actually. Then we have Dhammavichaya, and it's investigation, but also intelligence, creativity, ability to see the relationship between things in your meditation. This is where insight in meditation appears. Then you have virya, energy, or we can say mobilization, piti, joy, passaddhi, happiness, relaxation, samadhi, concentration, calm, and upekkha, the last one and the most, the very important one, equanimity. And when you look at the list and look at the words that are in red, and now when we return to this slide, you will see that they are the same words. Concentration, relaxation, mobilization, creativity, clarity. The same words appeared in the research results that I mentioned before. Clarity, creativity, intelligence, concentration, relaxation, mobilization. So, being in nature, we can put at least a working hypothesis that being in nature positively influences the factors of awakening. So when the Thai forest monks went to the jungle, meditate, they were very wise because they found in the jungle a natural light that helped them to deepen their meditation and to develop podjangas, to develop factors of awakening. And as you know, this is developing them is the direct path to achieving Nibbana. And now the next slide is just repeating of the two slides before, but now I don't use Western words, I use Pali words. And I put them in the place where Western words were used again, just to show you how close these two qualities are to each other. The 7 bojjhangas and the qualities of mind you achieve in nature. Okay, and there are several questions. I'm about to finish now, it's almost 8. There are several questions that I would like to ask, and there are 3 of them. This is just a fraction of the questions I have in my mind. The first one is whether morality is interwoven into fabric of life, and some research indicates that it may be possible. For example, when you do metta meditation, which is the meditation of sending loving friendliness to all beings and all the nature, all beings at all, then the part of the brain which is activated is the same part of brain which activates when you are mindful. So these 2 types of meditation, metta and vipassana, or mindfulness and sending loving kindness, they really work together. This is proven by the brain research. The other question, so the question may be, maybe in nature there is something which is moral, basically, which is, we sometimes say or read that there is love in nature. Perhaps that would be the answer. The second question, is awakened mind less simulating the world or not simulating at all? This is that the neuroscience has discovered that we do not perceive world, that the brain perceives only a little fraction from the data provided by the senses. Rather than perceiving world, the brain constructs a new world and plays its story in our own mind. So I wonder if what happens to the Arahant brain. Perhaps Arahant brain doesn't create a fictional world. This is my hypothesis. We never know, because it's difficult to find an Arahant. I've been traveling a lot in Thailand. And if they are, they don't say I am an Arahant and I want to be put under the machine. But it sounds logical to me. If an enlightened mind creates stories, then fully enlightened mind doesn't create stories, it's just fully in the process of life. Maybe one day, in 100 years, we'll have possibilities to research. And the other thing is very interesting for me. Does nature reveals paticca samuppada? And is nature in accordance with the codependent arising, or codependent arising paticca samuppada is transcendent to the world? That's something what really interests me, and I hope we can discuss it here. And that's pretty much what I wanted to tell you. If you are interested in discussing with me, or in some research sources, or just want to talk to me here, all the information. Self-Ofcome is my website. It's in Polish, but you have Google translation, so more or less it gives you the picture. This is my email address, my telephone number in Poland, and I want to say thank you. It was really, really wonderful experience for me to lecture here. Thank you very much.
Dr. Brzezinski, you want to be a translator for us?